Chapter 1. Kyla eyed Malcolm's dark-skinned, muscular arms as he held the steering wheel at the red light. The lime-green Lamborghini Gallardo went from 0 to 60 when the light turned green, then slowed down to 53 to avoid a collision. It then switched from the left lane to the right lane, passed two vehicles, and sped up to 72 miles per hour in a matter of seconds. "Malcolm, why do you always drive like a madman when I get in the car?" Malcolm swerved the wheel slightly to the right to avoid the potential damage from a pothole, then straightened the wheel. He slowed the $200,000 vehicle down so that he could safely make it onto the expressway. "Kyla, don't start with me. I was driving like this before you got in my car." "Oh, stop flexing. You know you're just trying to get home to your white bitch." Malcolm immediately broke his speed and shifted to the emergency lane. He slowed to a halt, took a deep breath, then reached over and grabbed Kyla's throat with his right hand. "I'm sick of you talking about my wife all the time, Kyla. I'm sick of it." Kyla fought back for a few seconds, but from experience, she knew that he was strong enough to have his way no matter what it was that she did. Malcolm let go of her neck upon seeing a police car ride past him on the way to combat crime. She wheezed briefly, then tried to breathe in as much oxygen as possible, as fast as possible. Sobbing, she leaned downward and covered her face with her hands. Malcolm maneuvered the Lamborghini back onto the expressway, occasionally glancing at Kyla. "I'm sorry, Kai. It's just that you know how I get when—" "Malcolm, stop apologizing to me. No amount of apologies in the world can justify everything that you put me through and continue putting me through, you heartless bastard. You left me for a white woman. Kai, why is it always about race with you? Because you left me. Well, if I'm so damn heartless, why do you still deal with me? Why are you with me right now?" Kyla was in tears. Malcolm hated when Kyla started crying because he knew that he was wrong for what he did. He hurt her beyond repair. He made her a criminal. He destroyed her innocence, her dreams, their engagement. He knew that she loved him. It had been 2 years since he left her, and she still did everything he asked her to do. She still had to move on. He was the first and last lover she had. He reached over and tried to caress her shoulder, but upon contact she jumped. "She is scared of me," Malcolm thought to himself. He reached out to hold her hand with his free hand, and she reluctantly allowed him to do so. After a few moments, he again placed his hand on her shoulder and attempted to caress her. This time she allowed it. She had her guard down. Malcolm just felt right to her. He was her comforter. "I love you, Malcolm." Malcolm glanced in Kyla's direction and noticed that she was gazing at him intensely. He regarded her for a moment. Kyla was gorgeous. She was of black and Puerto Rican descent, had long curly hair, and perfect bronze skin. She was 5'5" and weighed 128 pounds. Kyla was everything that anyone could ask for from a woman. At times, though, her negative traits would override her positive traits. She could be cool one minute, and the next minute she could be a jealous, crazed maniac. The moment that she felt insecure about something, no matter how minute, she never let go of the subject, and most of the times, these moments led to violence. 2 years ago, Malcolm's best friend, Catfish, was planning a proposal to his girlfriend, Trisha. He had shelled out $50,000 on a splendid 5-carat diamond engagement ring. Catfish couldn't make it to the jewelry store to pick up the custom ring when it was done because he was in Miami on official business. It was December 19th, and he wouldn't be back in town until the 21st. The jewelry store, however, closed for the holidays on the 20th. Catfish called and left a brief message on Malcolm's home answering machine. The message said, "The ring is finished. Pick it up, Mal. Or if you want, you can send somebody. JK knows. Holla." At the time, Malcolm was sleeping, and Kyla didn't want to disturb him, so she took it upon herself to retrieve the ring. When she arrived at the store, JK, the owner, was not present. Instead, the salesperson gave her the ring gift-wrapped and said, "You must be Trisha. You are a lucky girl." Kyla gave the salesperson a forced smile and left the jewelry store with a rage building up. She climbed into her new Range Rover and called Malcolm right away. She didn't even take the time to ask legitimate questions before she started firing off her rampant accusations. "Malcolm, you bastard, you dirty snake in the grass, you sick trick. Hey man, what the hell is wrong with you?" At the time, Kyla's temper had flared up like a campfire and could not be controlled. "You mothball son of a bitch, who the hell is Trisha?" Malcolm sighed. "Is this another one of your pathetic accusations, Kyla? If so, then you—" The phone clicked off on the other end. "Hello? Kyla?" Son of a bitch. And that was the last time Malcolm heard from Kyla for at least a month and a half. 45 days later, when she finally realized who Trisha was, Malcolm had moved on. Kyla tried desperately to reconcile and reconnect with Malcolm, but to no avail. After she remained persistent about it for close to 3 weeks, Malcolm told her that the only way that she could be with him is to become a part of the Bankroll squad. Eager to show him that she loved him, she ditched medical school and hung on to his every word and command. Even after he married someone else, she remained the Bonnie to his Clyde. After a while, she soon became fascinated with the lifestyle. On her right breast, the tattoo said Bankroll, and her left breast had the word squad. Even though Malcolm was the leader of the squad, Kyla quickly became the most prized member, partly because of her ability to go to Colombia and negotiate prices for bulk kilo shipments of pure cocaine. On one deal in particular, she negotiated a price of $6,000 per kilo and sold all 1,000 kilos for $14,000 apiece before Malcolm even knew she had them to begin with. He sent her on a private jet with $6 million in cash, and she came back with $14 million. She was also coveted because of the 100-girl international and cross-country prostitution ring that she controlled. She came up with the idea and worked out all the kinks, including recruiting 100 girls. Then she tested it without Malcolm's knowledge. After a week of testing, she brought the idea to Malcolm along with about $500,000 in pure profit. The girls made between $1,500 and $13,000 a day, apiece. She brings Malcolm about $800 per girl per day. With that addition, it makes Bankroll Squad the number 9 ranked crime ring in the country. Before the addition of prostitution, the squad wasn't even in the top 10. You passed the exit, Malcolm. Damn, baby, something must be on your mind. Malcolm sharply snatched his hand away from Kyla's shoulder and placed it on a $200,000 steering wheel. Kyla reached over and started pulling down Malcolm's zipper. Kai, what are you doing? Trying to make me wreck? She knew Malcolm never wore boxers or underwear and wrapped her hand around his suddenly erect shaft. Stop, Kai. Kyla pulled it out his pants and went down on him. Move, Kai, I mean it. Stop. Kyla sucked, then made a cat-like purring noise. What if I don't want to stop? As she went down again, Malcolm suddenly exited off the expressway. Kai, get out. Now. The car came to a screeching halt. Kyla came up looking confused and disappointed. She looked around the area. Where the hell am I, Malcolm? Malcolm unlocked her door and picked up his iPhone. Who you calling? Why you acting so funny? She tapped her finger against her knee. Catfish? Yeah, this Malcolm, man. Hey, I'm right outside your condo and I need you to take Kai to get her truck. Huh? Nah, she called me and asked me to pick her up from the mall earlier. She had taken a cab there, but I think she was really just setting me up. She's in one of her little moods, Cat. All right, peace. Kyla was bouncing her knee up and down nervously, her hands in her lap clasped together. Is that how it is, boss? Malcolm rolled his eyes. Kyla Brent, you know I'm married. I don't know why you're in denial. Kyla sighed loudly. So what if I'm in denial? I love you, Malcolm. I'm not just here because of money like your damn trophy wife. She doesn't even do anything for you. Why can't you see this? Damn it. I don't need Catfish to take me anywhere. She climbed out of the Lamborghini and proceeded to walk. Malcolm pulled off staring at Kyla on the rearview camera. She was giving him the deluxe middle finger. He gave the machine gas and it almost ripped the pavement apart. 0 to 60 in the duration of a sneeze, a bless you, and a thanks. Malcolm arrived at his lavish estate about 25 minutes later. To even gain entrance onto the premises, he had to scan his thumbprint and index finger at the primary control center. After making it past that gate, he had another gate that was operated with actual people. Actually, they were trained snipers, converted to bodyguards. Good evening, Mr. Powers. Malcolm Powers simply waved and kept moving forward. The Lambo moved swiftly down the 2-mile paved driveway en route to his mansion. It was mid-spring and the pine trees lining the pathway were a rich shade of green and gave the pathway a mystic effect due to the shade. The Power Mansion, equipped with some 27 rooms, had an indoor pool and studio. Malcolm was so avid of a car collector that instead of building a garage to house the vehicles, he had an underground closed quarters parking lot. He pulled up to his home and cursed for having to wait on his butler to come out and park the car. He blew the horn and watched the door to the mansion open up as a nervous-acting bookworm ran out so that he could park the vehicle. Jeffrey, I've told you over and over to keep alert and pay attention to what's going on around here. You didn't see me coming up with all this surveillance posted? Jeffrey wiped the sweat off his face with a white handkerchief. I'm sorry, Mr. Powers. I was helping to move your library from the right wing to the left wing as you requested, sir. I may park your car now, sir. Malcolm exited the vehicle and went into his home.